All right, hello and welcome back as we are getting ready for our second game of the night and the last playing game in the Pixel League. Certainly hoping for a good one, but we'll see what we get. As you can see on screen, both these teams' season recaps as they'll end 2 games apart at 3-6 versus 1-8, putting them 3 spots apart on the standings in 7th versus 10th. You can also see, it's been a while since Vancouver's win, but they've also had a couple close series, including 5 against Incheon and 5 against Loudoun. Meanwhile, Denver going to 5 against Madison and taking a game off Boston in the last few weeks, and then close games before that. But either way, still certainly a rough season for them. As we can then move over to our previous matchup, as this was all the way back in week 4 when Denver was sitting at 1-2 and Vancouver were down at 0-3. In that match, it was Vancouver who took the first game, but then Denver battled back 1-3 straight to get that 3-1 win, which brought them back to 500. So there you go. Been a while, I think, is the main note of that match, so we'll see if it goes the same way. As we can then move over to our standings from the regular season. Once again, of course, we are focusing in on the bottom 4 this week as we determine which 2 will advance to the top 8. Looking at our schedule then, of course, 2 games, 1 down as KC, despite being the lower seed, it took down a pretty clean sweep over Buffalo. And so with that, we can look over to our bracket. As you can see, 1 spot left to go, as it's just that 7 seed left open for the winner of this game. And a lot of good matches to go from there. Very interested to see, because of course we do have a clear top 4. But I think the main question is going to be, can any team break into that and take them down in the first round? And will we see Denver maybe step up as jumping up ahead? Because I think for now, there's a clear top 4. Then Bedford are kind of separating themselves as maybe a 5, maybe trying to fight for top 4. And then we have Loudoun and Denver, who knows? And then we have, at this point now, KC and Vancouver, who are still just trying to find that result. But we'll see. As we can then move down to our stats, your key players are Gavin and Ariam, with the team stats being tied up 3-3. No. If Vancouver lose their 10, if Denver lose their 9. Because it's going to be, like always, the teams that lose in the same round are tie broken by standings placement. And so it would be Buffalo lost, and then the win or the loser of this one. And that would be tie broken by regular season placement. And so obviously Buffalo are ahead of Vancouver, below Denver. So it'll switch depending on that. But looking at our stats here, it is goals, shots, and assists going to Denver, while it's shot percentage, saves, and demos over to Vancouver. And it is every stat led by Gavin for the Apex, while Ariam a little bit more split with his teammates. His shot percentage goes to Koala, and assists over to Corinth. All right, so pretty even all around there. And I'm still interested to see where this one will end up, as I think I have to say Denver are favorites. I certainly have. I have believed in Vancouver. I think more than most, and I think probably more than I needed to, or maybe should have. But Denver have looked really good, like, if we're being honest. That I certainly would like to believe that we'll see more of a fight out of Vancouver. And I believe this certainly could, if not should, be our first play-in game that is not a sweep. But with that said, I still need to favor Denver. It would be 8-10, as we have neither team in. So I don't know why it's void specifically, necessarily. But, no. Both teams are in their calls, and neither team's in the lobby. So at this point, we are just waiting. But, yeah, prediction. Prediction's tough. We've seen, I believe, an Apex 4-1. Oh, we got Denver and 6 up above. So that's what we have. as far as a prediction. And honestly, I was kind of just thinking the same thing. As we do now have one team in, which means the lobby info is correct, and we're just waiting on the other one to join in, and then we'll get this one underway. But honestly, I'm thinking the same thing. Something around Denver in 6, because I have to think of them as a better team, but I'm also believing that Vancouver can certainly take games off them and make this a closer series. So I think Vancouver are the team who's going to have to prove it, but I believe in them to at least fight back to make this a closer battle. But, of course, we will have to see, as we are still, again, just waiting on one of our teams to get in. Hoping that'll happen here pretty soon, of course, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. There's only so much I can say. I think, again, just talking about it, Vancouver felt like before Boomer retired, this team they were due that win. You know, it felt like they'd played some close series. The roster looked pretty good. Felt like they should be winning. And it wasn't really happening. And then, of course, Boomer retires. And they bring in Koala. But the roster still looks good. You know, some people felt like Boomer was a loss, and I think he was. But the team still looked good. And then they eventually get their win. And it feels good. Yeah, Lynx. Void are the only team who are in the lobby. Yes, they're in their call. As they finally get that win, and it feels like they could be turning a corner. But then in all the weeks since, they just haven't been able to replicate that. They just haven't been able to get across the line and get another win. Even losing to KC, who hadn't won a game in that final week. So certainly just feels like this is a team that has the strength on paper and has what should be the ability to get themselves a battle here. Oh, it's my fault. I forgot. Yeah, okay. No, it's my fault they're not in. That's on me. Okay. We're good. We're good. I may have forgotten there was a managerial change. That may have happened. But I've remembered. We'll get them in. We'll get the series going. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. No, I didn't send it to Boomer. I sent it to T-Mac. That one, the T-Mac change is much more recent and stands out to me a lot less. Don't worry, he didn't respond. But again, hopefully now we'll get everyone in here soon, and it seems like that is the case. And so we should, I say that we have not everyone. It looks like we need one to join back from Vancouver, and now that we have that, we do have a game. So a little bit of a delay, I think mostly on me, but that's okay. As we do get into this game, it'll be Denver in blue, Vancouver in orange for our last game of the night. Let's see, can the Void get the upset and advance to the 7th seed? Or will Denver keep on rolling and get themselves the big win? Good start, but that one pings off the bar. Now Gavin out from the corner again, centered out, dropping down, but it's only Corinth there, and it'll get cleared away. Now caught down by Bussin. Gavin trying to bring it over to the right side. He'll wait under it, and I think Gavin has certainly been the standout in the last few weeks, that he has really turned it up and started to look like a very strong player again, as we saw towards the end of last season. But I still think, again, this team going through a shakeup, as it was T-Mac who ended up kind of getting, in the end, kind of forced into retirement just because schedule got busy, so couldn't do the league, really. So that kind of forced them to make a quick switch. New manager, new player in the roster. And so, of course, Denver also trying to adjust to that, and we're still kind of trying to re-gauge their expectations, but with the series that we've seen, they haven't looked too bad. So I think it's kind of a cautious. This team still has looked really good, and so they should be a good team. But they do have that reason why there's a little bit of fear there. This one's 50'd out. Bussin trying to jump in. Will get there before Koala. Kurth now back down into the corner as Koala just kind of doesn't know where to be. Ends up driving into Corinth there as he's rotating out. Corinth is moving in, and then they end up just stuck in the same spot. But they won't be punished for it too much as Arium gets a clean air dribble downfield there. I said 4-2 Denver. I kind of copied Lynx in that way just because that's what I was thinking. But honestly, I don't really know. I just think Denver should be the better team, and Vancouver should be able to battle for some game wins. That's where my thinking is for this series. As Corinth didn't grab that boost, that'll kind of kill his attack. Gavin looking for a pass down. Vaughn gets bumped. Bustin's alone, but Koala can only hit it out to the corner. Corinth looking for another clear. Bustin now getting it away again. That double back into his own corner, but Vaughn is there to help out. Gavin now picks it up. Over one, looking for a catch. There's a flick. It's wide, but there's no clear until Arium wins a 50. Bustin now stuck without boost, trying to dive back on his own. Big demo. This one centered out. And then cleared back down. Vaughn looking for their dribble across. Couple people jumping in, but then it's cleared away in the end. Koala now another one away. This one sent across high in the air. It might be in, but it pings off the bar. And this one stays scoreless yet again. Corinth now trying to catch it back. Flicked over to the side wall. Gavin now waiting behind it. Bang to the back wall. Caught back down. Gavin waiting under it. Vaughn, this one will recenter. Now Arium clearing it downfield. Gavin up into the corner, dropping back down, looking for a catch. Koala dunks it away. Vaughn now another one sent downfield. Gavin jumps. It's off the bar. Vaughn is next. It's off the post. No one can put it in between the sticks. And this one is still 0-0 with only 80 seconds left to play. Now rolling back, Koala plays it up into the corner. Gavin trying to follow it down. Another one flicked away. Arium's there to bang it back in. Bustin now down off the sidewall. Corinth jumps up. Now dunked down off the ceiling. Arium there. Shot forward, but Gavin pops it out. Koala now trying to keep it close, but it just gets away from him and he can't get that double. Corinth though back into the corner as Vancouver really setting up shop in the blue half here. But nothing to show for it just yet as Denver try to break out here but won't get very far. Gavin now around one, forces Arium to play back into the corner. Now he'll jump up, he'll look for a pass, maybe a doomsday. Does go for the dish out, but the shot isn't quite on again. Gavin though another one forward. No one's back for now, but it's low boost on, or low power on the shot because of low boost for Koala there. Gavin now going the wrong way. That's an awkward skip off Vaughn. Koala not going to turn a shot. There's a miss, but Bustin gets it back. 10 seconds left to go. Gavin, the flick, saved by Koala. Arium jumping next, won't find it. Now up off the back wall, wide of net. Same with the shot. That will find the grass. And in game number 1, we go to a scoreless overtime to determine our first winner. Arium last back, even on the 50. This could get awkward for Vancouver, but Corinth's able to cut it off, and then Arium will chase back in. Gavin now pop up. Vaughn can't get a piece of it. Now Gavin side flips, so Arium can get there. Vaughn up next. Clear should be for Koala, but instead Corinth will cut in front. Now that could make things a little bit awkward as it's eventually given up to Gavin. Gavin now in the air, shot forward, saved away by Corinth. Now off the sidewall again, Corinth trying to get it away. Gavin looking for a catch, now 50'd up the left side. Centered out again, dropping down, Arium saved by Vaughn. Vaughn now trying to break out, he'll beat one more. Arium last back will collect it for Corinth. Corinth, a long shot to take game 1. And Vancouver strike first. 1 minute into OT. It's a shot all the way downfield. And the Void will just barely take the first game. They will get outshot 10-6. But they get that goal, and that's really all that'll matter in the end. And now it falls on Denver. We're going to need to see them battle back. We're going to need to see them get something across the goal line. Because there's not much you can say about their defense. They played it pretty well. But the problem is, even if they're playing perfect defense, it won't matter if they aren't scoring. And then eventually they get caught because they're pushed too far up trying to play offense. And so we just need to see them settle into that offensive rotation a little bit more. And of course, you can say something similar for Vancouver because despite the 6 shots they had, they really didn't get any goals other than one that was scored from defense. So both sides, I think, just trying to get that offensive touch a little bit better. We'll see usually, or at least quite often, you see an early goal following a long OT or a pretty scoreless game. But nothing so far. This one's 50 to cross to the left wall. Corintho around 1. That recovery just a little bit lacking, and then the panic won't help either. 50 over to the side wall, though. Gavin trying to go, but a bit too slow. Koala will beat him to it. Not the best bounce, as now they'll be forced to play it back away, but it'll be Ariam on it. Ariam now to the corner. Touchdown. Bouncing out. Gavin trying to dive in, and it's 50 over to the right wall. Corinth up next, up towards the ceiling. Jumping back across. Vaughn can't get there. Gavin now off the left wall. It'll be Vaughn trying to roll it down the sideline. Vaughn another touch out. Gavin not gonna go. Now center down. Gavin's there. He'll pop it up yet again. Denver looking for a shot. It's center. It's high. The shot is saved. A little bit of accuracy and a little bit of good defense. But either way, Vancouver hold on. And they once again keep this game scoreless. Corinth now trying to pick it up, but demoed immediately. As Vaughn will find Gavin. Gavin the double, but Vaughn is beat by Corinth, who gets it all the way downfield. Bussin now around the outside. Corinth just blocked away by Gavin. Vaughn looking for a center, has Bussin there. That one past him, it's to Gavin. Corinth cuts it out. Wide for now. Is there another shot? No, Bussin will get there and pop it up in the air. Now down off the corner again. Vaughn another long clear. Ariam downfield. Gavin trying to get it around as now Ariam bounced it off the back wall, and then it's dunked back up in the air again. Bussin the touchdown. Following it, but Koala knocks it away. Over there by Koala, trying to set up some pressure for Vancouver. Area moves in, that shot's up high, and Gavin will save it anyway. Vaughn trying to dive, low boost for both him and Koala. And he won't get that corner either. Gavin, though, trying to help out. Bang off the back wall. Corinth is there first yet again. He has been that last line for Vancouver. But it's Koala making another save this time, as the Void have been stuck back for so long. But they have held on. And they have managed to break out several times, although again, neither team has found a goal yet in this game. Bustin now trying to play it out. That one will go wide to the other corner, and Corinth will pick it up from there. Corinth from the sidewall, thinking about a pinch. It just goes straight across, and he'll have to play it himself, and that'll recenter. Gavin will jump first, uncontested for the moment. Now everyone jumps just about. Played down. Bustin's there, but it's wide again. Corinth now lurking. That one is high. Tough redirect, won't find the target. But that is a common theme in this game, as once again, neither team has gotten it through, and it's Gavin to make another save. Now sent downfield. Corinth to the back wall, no double. Koala jumping, doesn't have the read. Corinth now clear to the other side wall. Bussin will be there first. Corinth now around 1. Ariam trying to race in. Gavin's there first. His touch is a little bit heavy. All 3 players from Denver jump, and it'll just be a pretty harmless pop downfield. But now they try to set up something more sustained. Bussin down to the back wall. He'll get it again, but it's wide. And Gavin's too far for a quick follow. Gavin, though, looking for a recenter, just bangs it across to no one. Vancouver really awkward on this defense, but they've done enough. Now a 1v1. Corinth pops it up. Arium can't shoot. Koala gets 50'd. 40 seconds to go. No one can find a shot on target. Corinth on the outside leaves it off. There's a demo. Shot is wide, and it's a bad bounce. The Koala can't follow. Vaughn now under it, but he panics. Arium blocked off the sidewall yet again. 20 seconds left to go. Corinth a shot. Vaughn a save. Arium now trying to bang it down. This one's off the back wall. Big miss there. No boost on Gavin. But Corinth is forced to respect it. Time running down. Arium a block, but there's a demo on the goal line. Arium needs another challenge. He will get it. And for the second game in a row, it is 0-0 overtime in game number 2. Corinth trying to race in, as it has really just been a story of neither team can find the net, but it's gonna be Arium, and it's Vancouver yet again, who will jump up with the first 2 wins of the series. 12 seconds in. It doesn't take them long. But the Void get another big win. This time they barely managed to outshoot them 6-4. But honestly, it really just felt like that was because Denver had more shots, but they weren't close enough to count as shots. As I don't know how they only had 4. But what I do know is they have to lock it in. Through 2 games, the binary sweep is still on the board. I mean, honestly, this season, I'm not. No one has used it yet, but, like, it's been said. You know, it was in the announcement. Teams should see that. And so, if they want to use it, they can. I don't really feel I need to remind them. As we are missing someone. Vaughn left at the end of that game, and we are waiting on either him to rejoin or instead to get Luigi joining. And now that is what's going to happen. And so we have a change coming through for Denver. They're going to put in Luigi. Let's see if it opens up a little bit more space, maybe a little bit more pressure for them. As we load in game number 3. Denver still yet to score, down 2-0. But at the same time, Vancouver certainly haven't been dominant either. So a room for a little bit more offense on both sides. We'll see who, if anyone, can step up and get that done. As Gavin, there's a shot, but it pays off the post again. It just can't go in. Luigi now trying to force it forward. No boost, gets a flip, but it won't help him for anything. Luigi down off the ceiling yet again. Arium trying to play it away. Busting off the right wall, now centering out. There's a shot, and finally it's in. Denver get their first goal. And it's 1-0 Apex. And that is the first regulation goal of the series. The binary sweep is dead. But 1-0s are still an option. Gavin, though, trying to change that. Won't be able to get a double here. It's an overcommit, and it's immediately tied again. All 3 players are in the final third, and there is no one on the same screen as Corinth. It's an easy goal. And so Vancouver will not trail for long. Now off the corner again, no one there. Koala trying to send it, trying to get it away. It was dunked back across, but too high for a shot. Corinth now trying to follow it, but Bussin just dives and gets it by him. Won't work for the second, but Gavin's there to bang it right back in. Now around the outside, there's a demo. Luigi the pass, but Gavin knows he can't dive. Trying not to repeat the last goal. Unfortunately there, it was low boost, so I think it would have been okay, but can't really afford to take the risk. As Arium now centers it around, it's just going in. No, it's off the post. I thought it might have had an angle, but Denver will luck out on that one. As Luigi goes for another clear, Gavin a catch, Corinne stuck to the post. No chance. 2 for Gavin, 2 for Denver, and they take the lead back. Corinth left alone just can't play it quite well enough and watches it fly by him. Now Gavin trying to pinch it down. Koala going for another play away, centered around. Luigi trying to follow it. No, it'll be Bussin moving in. He'll pop it up in the air, looking for another follow. It'll get down into the corner, now centering down. Corinth out to the side, Gavin another center, but it'll be Arian to bang it downfield. Corinth in the air, just high of the net. Is there a follow? No, cleared away by Denver. Bussin now following it down into the corner, bouncing right back down. Gavin another one off the back wall. Luigi now up in the air, reset, pass, got a second, but of course too low to use it. Gavin trying to pop it up yet again. Off the corner, Bussin diving and scoring. 3-1. It's a 2-goal lead for Denver as they add on. Half the game left to go. Still a lot of time, but Denver are looking a whole lot better here. This one though rolling up the side. Arium trying to play it right back down. Bussin diving in. Now around the outside. Gavin following it up. This one centered down. Now 50 feet out towards the side. It'll be Luigi off the right wall. Arium up in the air. Now they're dropping down. Played away. Gavin not able to connect on that. Now downfield yet again. Arium trying to follow it up. This one dropped in. Corinth out off the corner. Koala looking to bang it forward. It'll bounce back down. Gavin will get it away. Vancouver trying to push forward, trying to get that goal to equalize or at least pull closer, but they're just not being given the chance. Denver are playing defense and they're just getting the clears. Arium now bringing it back. He'll play it up from the back wall. Looking to get this one away. It'll get shot back down. Now caught by Gavin. Off the back wall. Sent away again. Corinth waiting under it. A cut. It'll roll up the backboard. Gavin now loses the 50. Arium pops it high and Luigi gets it away. Gavin another send. Corinth trying to drop it in. Looking for another catch. He'll get out to the side wall. But it's Bussin to dunk it down. Gavin now sends it away. Rolling around, Gavin playing a 50. It'll set up Bussin. Bussin up high of the net. Koala won't connect though. Luigi's there. Saved by Bussin, but it's just a steal of the assist to give the hat trick to Gavin. Wrong place, wrong time. Bussin stalls directly in front of it. But hey, no harm, no foul. Gavin's there to put it back in. Now a 3-goal lead for the Apex. And that should secure the game win. Even as time is running down, Vancouver just not gonna have the chance. And so Denver with Luigi on the field, finally taking more control, getting more threat, and even punishing Vancouver. Just looking a little bit cleaner on defense. So overall, a pretty clear step up from the Apex. But of course, we'll see, as technically there is a chance in this game, of course, we have to say. Koala, just a clean dribble downfield here. Waits behind it. Arium helps to play disruption. Corinth the same. And it opens it up. And so with that flick through, we are back within 2. 17 seconds, certainly not a lot of time, but technically enough. Kickoff goes the way of Denver. It'll waste even more of that clock away. Gavin there to just make sure it stays down in the corner. And now as it runs down, it will be guaranteed for sure. Denver take a game back and pull one closer. Still down in the series, but but winless no more. And so now it's an adjustment for Vancouver. They scored the most goals they have in this series in this game, but they still get outshot 7-4, and they still lose out in goals as Denver just once again find that pressure, find those shots, and are able to force at least 5 games for the first time in this postseason. So now let's see, can Vancouver pull it back? Can they find some more offense of their own? Or will Denver force at least game 6 and even up the series here? All to be seen in the Coliseum. Corinth off 50 off the sidewall in the kickoff. Now another touchdown. Area in the pass back. Koala sends it home. He 50s through a couple, and Vancouver get first blood with their first regulation lead. Early on in this game, it will be the Void playing from in front. Gavin trying to 50 it forward, Bussin dropping it down. It is wide of the net, but it's Koala that has to play it. Koala now another flick downfield, waiting under it, looking for a shot. Corinth is there, but now it's a demo. It's a shot. It's a full field open net, and Gavin ties it up. It's an overcommit for Vancouver as the third gets sniped and there's no one back. Just like that now, Vancouver's lead is erased. And Denver start to build some momentum back into this game as that one is dunked away well though. Bussin trying to play it forward right at Corinth, and a bump will help to buy space for Gavin. Gavin now, off the back walls, pinched away by Arium. Luigi trying to drop it down. Long clear Corinth, it looks like it's wide, and it takes a bad bounce too. Could have been another open net, but just can't find the target. Corinth though trying to keep control. A pop across, Koala trying to dive, but just too far away. Arium on it next, another one popped wide of the net. Luigi over Arium. Gavin a touch over Koala, that'll set up Corinth as it feels like they're trying to find passes, but there just is no one there. Like even there, Corinth, that touch to the side felt like it could have been looking for Koala, but Koala rotating out, not there for it. And then every attack, they're just trying to hit it across the net, and no one's there to play it. So it's been a thing for both sides, but Vancouver, especially as of late, it feels like their passes like that one a little bit too optimistic, or like many others, just kind of too no one. Either way, a minute and a half gone. It has been Vancouver with the pressure through most of this game, and they'll take the lead right back. Corinth finds the pass, finds the demo, and leaves it for Koala. And so the Void put themselves back in front. Still plenty of time left to go in this game, but they are trying to stamp their control. Gavin now up off the back wall. Double down, Gavin trying to follow it. The pass back to Luigi, waiting with it, dunked away. Bussin's there, it's wide. Now rolling up the backboard, low boost on Corinth, he'll slow it down. Taking the boost, getting the touch, beats a couple, but Luigi's there to force it back in. Koala up early, does knock it away. Now Bussin forward. Gavin in the air, knocked wide again. Bussin now a roller across. Koala up the left wall, waiting behind it. A center, a shot by one, but Gavin's there for the save. Corinth now on it again. Trying to get it down to the corner. He'll do just that. He'll steal the boost. He'll look to stay with it. A pass down, a 50 back. Too close for Arium. It's a double commit. Down off the ceiling. Luigi, a long clear. Gavin trying to cut. Doinks it, but it's wide. Denver trying to break out. They spent a lot of this game trapped in their half. But trailing by a goal, they need to find something more concrete. They need to find another goal. As this one's pinched over to the right wall. Arium waiting under it. Now rolling up again. Koala, pinch downfield. That'll get down into the corner. Luigi, though, a long clear right back. They're awkward. Corinth trying to pop it out, gets bumped, but that touch will at least buy time. Arium will follow it up, and Vancouver just aren't giving them offense. Every play downfield is cleared away so quickly. Gavin tries to pop this one over to Luigi. Luigi off the back wall. Corinth will bring it down. Gavin now loses the 50. Bussin trying to keep it in. He'll get it over 1. Low boost on Gavin. He'll cut, he'll flick, but Corinth is there for the catch. Corinth now a touch over Luigi. Gavin will follow it next. Missed by Area, missed by Koala. Luigi around 1. Luigi on the line, but saved away. Vancouver keep their net clean, and they maintain their 1-goal lead. 1 minute left to go. Denver still searching. Koala looking to play it forward. It's busting over to the side yet again. Gavin in the air dribble down, using all his boost. He'll beat a couple, but not enough as Koala gets another save. Koala on another 50. This will force down into the corner, dropping down. Arium's there, but it's blocked wide to the other side. Corinth on it next around the corner, bouncing out. Arium letting it go, but he's demoed before he can go. Luigi a pop up. Gavin off the corner, no double. Luigi there, everyone's missing, but there's no shot, and it's pitched away by Vancouver. Corinth now trying to drop it down. It's on the line. He dishes it in himself. 3-1 void. They double their lead, and they ice game 4. And it's just 15 seconds separating Vancouver from match point. Bussin trying to send it downfield. Corinth up in the air. Gets it out to the side again. The time will run out. And the Void retake the momentum and take match point. This time they'll outshoot them 9-6, and they'll get 2 extra goals for it. And so, as we head to the Aquadome for the first time this season, it is Vancouver who are 1 game away. But we will see. 1 game away isn't the win. Can they close it out? Can they get the final game? Or can Denver keep us going as we load in game number 5? Last life for Denver. Can they pull it back? I mean, Lynx, you say that. Should he be? Like, all the respect to Vaughn, at the very least, Luigi needs to be there. So Luigi needs to be on the field. The question is just, do you sub out Bussin? And I assume they've had a couple weeks with the team. They've decided no. Because they had the first 2 games without Luigi, and they didn't score a goal. They lost 2-0 in 2 games. And so it's pretty clear Luigi is a very good player and needs to be out there. Question comes down to Bussin, but so far, it seems that's just not a sub they want to make. And now they're out of lives to give, so it seems that's just kind of going to be the final call. As Gavin tries to drop this one down, he'll follow it, goes even on the 50. Now bouncing up high, too high for Corinth. Low boost on Arium, but he's given the space. He'll get the clear down. Corinth is lurking, drop down pass, but no one's able to go. Koala now will dive though, and it's saved by Gavin. A good diving effort, and he'll keep this game scoreless for now. Corinth on it again, another one just banged forward, but it's right at Luigi. Luigi a cut, dunked by Koala, but fortunately for Denver, it'll go just wide. Koala now trying to get it away. Gavin, the air dribble, looking for a reset, didn't get it, and it's another 51 by Arium. So often so far in this game, Denver have just been trying to slow it down and dribble it, but every time they do, a Vancouver player just dunks it right off their roof and forces it all the way back in. 90 seconds gone, no goals scored just yet. As Corinth rolls this one across the net, Koala looking to play it into the corner, looking for a pop. It's off the back wall. Arium will die, but can only succeed in keeping it dangerous. Played away for now by Denver, but Corinth will get it right back in. Awkward jump for Bussin, and he won't connect as Corinth gets the other boost as well. 50 straight over to the left side. Corinth just taking every boost on the field, making sure there are none available for Denver. And it is keeping them pretty low, although they've managed to stock themselves quite well as of late here. Koala trying to dive, but Luigi gets a good 50 on it. Now Luigi looking for it down, won't get another touch, but it's a fake on Corinth. Gavin off the bar. Corinth pops it up, it's still in front of the net. Bussin drops it down, it's wide. And Gavin can't dive for a shot. Denver quite close yet again, but yet again not in. Corinth's play will get dunked. Koala's there looking for maybe a pass as it was wide of the net, but no one's there for it. Gavin now played away again. Corinth finds it off the right wall. Played downfield. Koala looking for a shot. Bussin now getting it away. Arium to bring down. Gavin up into the corner. It'll get caught down yet again. Corinth on it next, looking for a cut. Down into the corner. There's a demo. That leaves Luigi alone. He gives it to Arium. Arium off the backboard, but Gavin forces it wide again. Gavin now waiting under it. Going for a dribble. No boost. Can't get much on the flick. 105 seconds left to go. Time starting to run down in this game. And it's feeling like the first two yet again, because neither team can break through, but both have come so close. And they're going to leave this one. Corinth off the side. Pop back into the corner. Bussin will pick it up. Bussin now looking for a dribble. Arium forces it back. Up the right wall. Rolling around. Gavin jumping in, but it's 50 down again. Now centered out. This one cleared away. Arium over to the right wall. Corinth trying to drop it down, but it's a free roller for Gavin. Gavin with control, but not for long. Arium dunks it from him. Fakes that one. Continues the dribble, but eventually loses it out. Vancouver looking to push here and are making it awkward, but are not getting anything on target. This one's off the backboard. Double down, and then played away. Lynx, here's the thing. I would advocate for it, but it's difficult, and it might... As hold on. No, that shot's high. As Lynx is saying that the planes should be a thing that stay, I agree, but it probably comes down to league format. Because if there are more people and it goes back to 12 teams, I don't think they'll add a week. Now, they could move the start of the season up a week from the schedule and add a week because of that, but I just don't see, if they're having an 11-week regular season, I do not see, as hold on yet again, a close 50. I don't see them adding a play-in if there's a full 11-week season. But hey, I don't know. This is cool, and hold on. Corinth calls game. Air dribble, catch, cut, goal. No time on the clock. And Vancouver move on. They have no time for OT. As Corinth steps up huge in the final moments there. And Vancouver win their third 1-0 game of the series. And Denver are left stunned. Again, you can point. I thought it was pretty clear their roster got downgraded a bit when they lost T-Mac, but they were making it look like it didn't matter. But in this series, Vancouver play probably their best series of the season, and it's Vancouver who step up to get themselves the victory. And so we will see here if they are able to get. Well, I'm asking if we're gonna have an interview. That's the final thought here. I am also getting the bracket updated, so I will do that. While I believe I have a response, but nevertheless, I will do that real quick. And it looks like we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Vancouver, a huge 5-game win. How does it feel, Koala?
Listen to me, brother. Let me tell you something. Rocket League universe, tonight, when the lights were the brightest and the pressure was at its peak, the Koala Maniacs were running wild in the arena. Everyone thought we were going to crumble. Everyone thought the first round was going to be the end of the road, but when the timer hit 0 and the smoke cleared, it was Koala and the Void standing atop of the mountain. What you gonna do when we hit the ceiling shot? What you gonna do when we drop the big leg across the goal line? My opponents tried to take the boost. They tried to bump me off my path, but they forgot one thing. You can't stop a force of nature, and you definitely can't stop the power of the Voidamaniacs.
Yeah, get a hell yeah.
We're moving on to the next round, and whoever's waiting in the tunnel, train hard. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and get ready, because the biggest boots in the league are coming for that championship trophy. Voidamania's running wild, brother.
And that's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what he said, basically.
Oh, I love AI.
Oh, God.
How'd you guys feel heading into this series? I gotta ask. Did you feel confident?
No, terrible.
Okay. Cool.
Honest.
I was confident.
Well, you played
I
way
had
better than
my
I did.
team. You played good, bro.
After the first two games, you guys shutting them out 0-0 and then going to overtime and then just getting those goals. That's when you're just like, oh shit, there's a chance.
Yeah, I knew once our defense was holding up better than I could have hoped for that we had a very good shot.
Absolutely. And then, of course, given that, once they get the game win, was there a little bit more of that doubt creeping back in, or did you guys know you had it at that point?
Knew we had it. Light work.
Yeah, we figured we had to give him one, you know.
Fair. Fair. Just courtesy, really.
No, they played good in that game. That was a good game from them.
Two teams, both with single wins of the season, making it in the play-ins.
Yeah. It shows the format has some reason for it.
Imagine the whole resurgence just comes down from 1-8 to just win the whole thing. That'd be nutty.
KC Vancouver final win.
Yeah, right. That'd be hilarious.
I was really gonna start on my RimWorld grind this weekend, but apparently we got to play more Rocket League.
Yeah, well, you do have a week. You got a break. You got the All-Star coming up.
I really don't, though. I'm working like 60 hours a week.
You know what? That's fair.
We can only game so much.
Yeah, that is understandable. And I mean, I do have to ask, of course, coming out of that All-Star, you guys are going to play up against Daytona. How do you feel about that matchup?
Daytona's a good team, but they haven't played up to their potential yet.
We haven't either, though.
Facts.
Still leveling up.
Yeah, we're in the
Started flashing
$100
it.
time chamber.
Oh God.
If you say so. So,
Oh, I say so. They're not ready for prime time.
okay. You guys going the whole way, or?
Yeah, we're winning the whole thing, bro.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's gonna be us versus Kansas City.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot the
Just put the
script. My
two-
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, the script is the 1-8 teams win it all.
Oh, right. Yeah. Of course. Because we gotta prove, that the league's competitive. So we gotta just change it up in the playoffs. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you turn the switch.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you're guaranteed a playoff spot or at least a chance to play for it, then you just switch it on when playoffs happen.
Fair.
Exactly. We were just waiting till this moment to play.
Absolutely. Well, I do think that's about all I have for you guys. So congratulations on the big win and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you kindly.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for streaming.
Absolutely.
Balls.
All right. And by the way, Pitt, no, because that's not how the play-in is organized. As we can cut over to the bracket real quick, just to give you another update on where everything looks, as Pixel now has its top 8 locked in. And so we do have a break here. Pitt, that's not me. That's how I would have wanted things to go. Blame Bacon and the owners. Your teammate made that happen. Your teammate wanted it to be 8 versus 9 for 8 and 7 versus 10 for 7. I would have said low seed gets the 8 seed, but that's not how they said it. So that's not how it ends up. But either way, we do have all of our matchups locked in. Well, honestly, Bacon might have agreed with me. I don't know, because when we first pitched the play-in, I do think that's how we said it. Would be 7-10 for 7-10, 8-9. Higher seed gets 7, lower gets 8. And then I think when owners figured it out and locked it in, they decided to just simplify it to be 7 versus 10 for 7, which I never agreed with, but of course, it's okay. It's simpler. It fits on a bracket better. I would have just probably centered the two matchups, and then, they would have appeared. But either way, the format's fine. I did mention to him, watch the 10 win to make you switching it up like that matter. And that's what happened, because Denver just not able to step up against Vancouver this time. I mean, clearly they should have, they would have thought about it, because they specifically did set it up this way, and so they knew it was a possibility and still locked it in. Because even if they didn't expect 10 to beat 7, they still would have gone the other way if they cared about that. But either way, of course, that's all format, and we got games. So finally we get a non-sweep, but it still doesn't get beyond 5 games. So a step in the right direction, but not everything we want. Either way, so true. And I have no proof that you're wrong, Pitcop. But either way, that will do it for this game, and that will do it for tonight. One more game left to go in the play-in. That'll be tomorrow night. I want to say at 7. Let me make sure of that. And it is tomorrow at 7 p.m. as we'll have Arcadia up against Havana. Hoping for a good series there too, but you'll have to tune in to find out as your final score here one last time. Vancouver 4, Denver 1. And so the Void move on. And we just have one play-in game left. So we'll see you back tomorrow to wrap up the week.